Hey, lend me some money. I need $5,000. Huh? What's with that cheeky attitude? Laura? That's right. Long time no see. I wonder if my ugly aunt is still going strong and is as ugly as ever. I'm the same as ever. I'm telling you, I won't lend you any money. I don't know what you're going to spend $5,000 for. It's probably going to be some bullshit again anyway. Huh? Your cute niece is asking for it. What a horrible thing for an ugly aunt to say. Don't call me that. All right, Aunt Lily. Well, okay. I don't mean to be offensive. I'm your aunt, after all. Then I'll call you Aunt Lily. You're so picky about details. You're ugly and you have a bad personality. You're really irredeemable. You should learn from me. I'm cute and have a good personality. Good personality? How can you say that? You haven't forgotten what you did 3 years ago, have you? Huh? What did I do? Stop pretending. Oh, I remember now. Despite being an ugly bitch, you married a handsome man. I took him away from you. I'm glad I wasn't stupid enough to forget that much. But I told you at that time. I'll never forgive you. Don't ever contact me again. Did I? Yes, I did. And now you want me to give you $5,000? Do you think I'm stupid? You're so cold. It's been 3 years. Forget about the past. Your niece is in trouble. Why can't you at least help me? I don't consider you my niece. You took my husband away from me. You may have forgotten, but I'll never forget. I can't help it. It's your fault for letting your guard down. If you don't want to lose your husband, you better make sure to take good care of yourself as a woman. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can afford to be careless. A nice girl like me will take him away from you. Well, I'm grateful to you in a way. Before we had a baby, I found out my ex-husband was a man who would go for a slut like you. I couldn't believe he chose to be with you, even after he found out you like to hire escorts. I was speechless. Don't talk like that. It's natural for a man to choose a pretty girl over an ugly one. It's a miracle that an ugly woman like you was able to marry a handsome husband, even for a moment. Anyway, I won't give you any money. Don't ever contact me again. Goodbye. Oh, wait a minute. You can't abandon me that easily. You don't look like you're in any kind of trouble. You're just saying that you ran out of money to spend on escorts, aren't you? No, that's not it. I'm actually pregnant with a baby. Wow, congratulations. Aren't you surprised? Not really. Whose baby do you think it is? It's my ex-husband Harry's child, isn't it? No, it's not. Harry and I broke up a long time ago. What? You divorced already? It's not that surprising, is it? Divorces are nothing unusual nowadays. It's natural to break up when love cools off. You say cooled off so casually. You stole my husband from me and got married. I thought you loved him. You were foolish enough to steal my husband. You were cut off from all your relatives and even banned from your parents' house. And now you're divorced? Of course I liked Harry at first. But after a year together, I got bored. Bored? When we used to date without your knowing, it was fun and thrilling. But now that everyone knows about our relationship, the thrill is gone. Harry is just an ordinary guy you can find anywhere. To be honest, he was boring to be with. He had a good-looking face, though. But I found a cooler guy. You messed up my family. You're such a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I treated Harry as disposable. Instead of dumping him, I should have returned him to you. No thanks. I don't even like Harry anymore. So you have a new husband now? I'm not married yet. What? You're okay with having a baby when you're not married? I'm trying to avoid that. I'm thinking I'll have to get registered soon. My boyfriend, who is the father of my baby, he wants to marry me too. So, I want you to give me $5,000 as a congratulatory gift. I refuse. Why should I give money to someone like you? I'm not going to get involved in any congratulatory gifts or weddings or anything like that. I'm ending this thread right now. No. What? Aunt Lily, here's the thing. Huh? Who do you think fathered the child? Your escort, right? No. Escorts are for fun. If I'm going to get married, it has to be with someone who has something more to offer me. I'll give you a hint. It's the guy closest to you. Who's that? Robert! Robert! I stole your husband again. My husband? Robert, your husband, right? Robert is so cool. He's a famous painter. You know, you're doing pretty well for an ugly woman in her 30s, huh? I can't believe you got married to a super handsome artist. But he's too good for you. So I stole him. You know, Robert is not my husband. I see. You poor thing. Huh? You don't want to admit that your niece took your husband. That's why you're trying so hard to distract yourself from reality. He's really not my husband. I don't know what you're getting yourself mixed up in. You're so desperate, it's hilarious. Yes, I wanted to see you flustered like that. That's why I went to all the trouble of taking your husband away from you. What? What do you mean? I hate you so much. My mom is the eldest of 5 sisters. You're her youngest sister, and you're just 6 years older than me. We were raised like sisters. I've always hated you because you're ugly, but you always had boyfriends, and you're always being pampered by the whole extended family. You're just an old hag after all. They treated me like a little sister and always told me to learn from you. I'm such a pretty girl, but because of your presence, I wasn't adored. It was really painful. To top it all off, all my relatives sided with you. Everyone ganged up on me and kicked me out. Our relatives cut you off because you stole my husband. Even before that, they were angry at you because you played around and didn't study hard. You were yelled at for spending your parents' money on escorts since you were in college. You went to college and ate with my parents' money. What's the difference between that and my escorts? Huh? Escorts and talking to boys are part of my daily life. It's like eating and sleeping. And yet, I was the only one scolded, and you were treated so nicely. I really didn't understand. So I used my beauty as a weapon to steal your husband. I'm so stunned. So you hate me for such a stupid reason. When I saw the look of frustration on your face, I felt a sense of accomplishment. You're such a black-hearted person. I'm going to take everything from you because I hate you so much. You don't deserve to be happy. I want to get married before the baby is born. I want you to admit defeat and divorce your husband. You don't have any children yet, right? Give up on him and find another husband. You're already 34 years old. You lose your chance to get a husband if you don't move on. Oh, and don't forget the congratulatory gift of $5,000. You are telling me to divorce even though we are not married in the first place? You're being so bossy again. Let me ask you something. Why did you think he was my husband? What? Robert said so himself. Robert? He said, Lily is my wife. But her niece is prettier than her, so he said he's switching. How did you meet Robert? I met him by chance when I was out having drinks. He was there too. I was looking at him and thought he was really cool. He came up to me. I sat down next to him and we talked. And it turned out he was your husband. I was so surprised that you got married again. I was also surprised to hear that he is a handsome painter. I immediately went for him. Oh, I see. When the baby is born, I'll be the first to tell you. You don't have to call me. Don't hold back. You want to see pictures of the baby, don't you? I don't need to see them. Don't say that. It's our child. It's going to be a beautiful baby. Your ex-husband and niece are getting married. So of course you'll give a congratulatory gift, right? In exchange, I'll send you lots of pictures. Look forward to it. Hey, have you sent the $5,000 yet? You divorced Robert, so that means you're willing to send me money, right? Huh? I don't understand a single thing you're saying. What are you talking about? You divorced your husband right away, didn't you? Thanks to that, Robert and I married immediately. That's great. Now all you have to do is wire me the money. When do you think that will be? What are you talking about? I'm not leaving my husband, and I'm not going to give you any money. Are you being stubborn like that again? Robert said you're single now. You're single because you divorced him. So you really married Robert? That's right. Don't you want to congratulate us? We're waiting for the $5,000. I don't feel like celebrating. I mean, I don't think you should be celebrating either. Huh? You may have to work hard from now on, but good luck. What do you mean? Robert's a successful, top-notch painter. He's not going to have a hard time. He's going to be a celebrity. Celebrity. If you ever need help with money, just let me know. You are divorced and hard times are ahead of you. Don't hesitate to ask us for help. Then you don't need a gift, do you? Why are you taking advantage of me? I just want to annoy you, of course. I'm going to take more money from you. You poor woman who lost her husband to me. I'm going to rip you off even more. I'm having fun just imagining it. Huh. Hey, when are you going to pay me? I gave birth already and have not received any money. Our cute little boy looks just like Robert. Congratulations on the birth. Just to be clear once again, I'm not going to give you any money. That man is not my husband. Huh? I haven't told you this for a long time because you've been doing a monologue. I have a husband and a child. Robert is not my husband. What? You already got remarried? You and Robert just got divorced. Could it be that you had a lover? If you have a child, does that mean the other person is someone with a child? No. Don't compare me to a scumbag like you. I married my current husband 1 year after Harry and I divorced. Our child is 1 year old now. You're lying. Robert is not your husband? That's what I've been saying all along. But he said you're his wife. He's in trouble, isn't he? He has a habit of telling lies. It's true that after I divorced Harry, I started going out with Robert. He was introduced to me by a friend. But we were together only for a short time and we broke up immediately. Of course, we never got married. So, you're saying I didn't steal your husband? Unfortunately, that's what it means. But why did Robert lie about you being his wife? It's a disgrace for a man to be married to such an ugly woman. Could it be because of his pride? Maybe he thought if he said he was my husband, it would give him an advantage. What do you mean? What good would it do him if he was your husband? You don't know what kind of person Robert is, do you? Huh? Robert used to work for a big IT company, T Corporation. He was fired for embezzling company money. It was all over the news, but maybe you didn't know about it. What? What's that? Ever since I've been dating him, we've never had the same values when it comes to money. It's a good thing I left him as soon as I did. I would have thought that if you married him, you would have known about it and accepted him for who he was. But you didn't know. That's a lie. There's no way Robert is a criminal. I mean, that still doesn't explain why you are not his wife. That's because I work for E Corporation, which is a major company along with T Corporation. E Corporation is the very famous cell phone carrier. Yes, that's right. Robert was fired from T Corporation for embezzlement. But if an employee of E Corporation, a bigger company, was his wife, I guess he thought it would be a good opportunity to make a name for himself. Wait, so both you and your real husband work for E Corporation? Then that means you both make a lot of money, right? Well, sort of. I think we make more than most people our age. No way! No way! I don't believe that! I was so happy thinking I'd successfully snatched him away. And now this! This is terrible! But Robert is my ex-boyfriend, so that's good. It's not good! It's boring to be with a guy you've already broken up with. Let me ask you something. If you knew Robert wasn't my husband, you wouldn't have married him? No, that's not true. Because Robert is a famous painter. It's too bad he wasn't your husband. I honestly don't want to believe that he was fired from T Corporation for embezzlement. But I'm willing to forget about that. Now he's a rich, good-looking artist. And he's very talented. He can make so much money that his salary at his previous job is nothing. That's the thing. Laura, you believe he's a famous painter? Wait, maybe that's a lie too? Bingo. Robert probably said, I'm a famous painter. Laura, have you seen his paintings? Well, I've never seen any of his paintings. Then I suggest you search for his full name on the internet right now. He's so good at putting his childish and bizarre drawings on his website, because no one is looking at them. And while you're at it, take a look at the online news reports from the time of the embezzlement. What? So, he's not a famous painter. He's a self-proclaimed painter. He's actually a poor freelancer. A freelancer? You don't seriously think Robert is a professional painter? Because Robert spends all his time drawing pictures on his computer. Plus, even though he's called a freelancer, he just stays holed up at home. That's proof that you can make a living from painting. You can make any amount of money on the web nowadays. But if you look at Robert's website, you'll see that he hasn't sold a single painting. Maybe he can't go outside because he's afraid of meeting T Corporation employees. You think you're fine with earning some pocket money for yourself. Wait a minute. So the whole reason Robert married me was so that I could provide for him? Probably. Ask him for details. Oh no, you're terrible! Why me? If you had told me about Robert's true identity first, I wouldn't have gone after him. Even if I told you, you're going to have a baby soon. I can't tell you you shouldn't go for Robert. Besides, you married Robert because you think he's handsome, right? It's true, he's handsome. But handsome alone is not enough to make a living. I just had a baby and I can't support my husband by myself. And he has a history of being fired for embezzlement. I don't want to live with such a scumbag. I thought you were going to forget about that. You're a regular at escort clubs, so don't act all high and mighty. Why don't you just accept that Robert is a bum? I think you two are perfect for each other. I've got an idea. Lily, let's trade husbands. Huh? I'll give you Robert. Give me your husband. What? It's not fair that you and your husband both work for E Corporation. If I get a husband who works for E Corporation, it will balance things out, won't it? What nonsense. Your husband is not a thing. Don't tell me you'll trade him easily. You were so preoccupied with stealing my husband to see Robert's true nature. You chose Robert of your own free will. Now that you have a child, please be happy with Robert. That's impossible. I can't be happy with a dreamy freelancer. Then at least give me some money. I haven't received the congratulatory gift of $5,000 yet. I never said I'd give you that from the start. Well then, good luck with the baby and taking care of your husband. Wait a minute! Lily! Lily! Don't abandon me! Help me! After that, Laura seemed to have sought help from her parents and relatives. She was cut off from all of them for stealing my husband before, so no one could help her. Robert's parents and relatives also seemed to have cut off ties with Robert during the embezzlement case. They could rely on nobody. Moreover, after that, Robert found out about her paying for escorts, and they had a big fight. Laura makes fun of Robert's paintings, and the bond between the couple fell apart. Well, they got what they deserved, didn't they? Their 2 children are innocent of any wrongdoing, so that's my concern. There's talk of some relatives possibly taking care of the children. Those 2 people ought to take responsibility for their actions.